Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to show you a couple of things. First, how to get out of the main area, like the main island, if you haven't done any of the main storyline quest. As you can see, and you'll see throughout this entire video, I still have the quest to meet Dex. That's as far as I've made it in the main storyline. The only things I know of that you'll need to get this done is double jump. Other than that, I don't think anything else is needed. Also, this will get you completely out of the map entirely. Past all those, there's nothing for you now, or nothing for you yet, turn back. So you'll be able to get to anywhere your heart desires. Which includes just buildings out of sight, couple areas from Pan Am's ending, which we'll get to, and also the island with the giant spaceship. To start things off, you're just going to want to go to the Arasaka waterfront teleport. It's kind of to the northwest of the map. You'll be able to drop off into the water. You can probably do this a little bit closer, but this is where I originally found it. Then, as you can see in the video, you're just going to kind of hop around until you get to where this giant globe is. Once you get to the globe, you don't have to throw yourself at it like I did. I was trying to remember exactly how I got there. But you go to the globe, you turn right, and you go underwater, and you can just swim underneath it. And there you go, you're underneath the map. This part, real easy, real simple to do. Then next thing all you're going to want to do is head up, and there'll be a little spot you can drop down up here on your right. Now when you get to this spot, there's a couple things. I've recorded two of the ways I've gotten it to work. The very first time I did this, it got me almost perfectly to the coast, so there's a lot of trial and error here. Go ahead and just mark yourself a waypoint if you need. This helped me with aiming originally. You're going to get right here. You're going to double jump and hold forward. And you'll like grab a ledge, and then I immediately hold S to start walking backwards. This time, it sent me to a loading screen and just kind of threw me backwards. And it got me pretty close. And all I had to do was swim. And I eventually found a ladder I could climb up. And it takes you to the waypoint. Now I left this part in the video just to show you, once you get out of bounds, this technically is still in bounds of the game, but it's out of bounds for where I am in the main storyline. You can pick up the fast travel point, and that fast travel point is always active now. So once you get it unlocked, even if you're not allowed to the other parts of the city, you can travel back and forth. As you can see, I was able to travel out and travel immediately right back in. I don't know if this will have any effect on anything like speedrunning. I don't think so, because it seems like a lot of the triggers aren't active until you complete parts of the main storyline. We'll get into that a little bit later. Now here, this is me trying this again, and this is kind of how it happened the first time. It's just supposed to throw you back into that turn back now screen, but you're traveling so quickly that it doesn't kick you back, and you just have to swim towards the coast. This time I was pretty far away, like 425 meters away. The very first time I did this, sadly I wasn't recording, I got within about 50 meters of the coast. So if you hit it just right, it's going to throw you almost the entire way back. And then you can just hop up on the land, run down, and there's another waypoint you can pick up over here. And if a lot of you are wondering how am I moving so quickly in some of these parts, it's the speed glitch where you slow down time, you dash, and then you just continue to bunny hop. And you can keep doing that over and over again. Now for this next part, this is the real big part of it, where you can completely glitch out of all boundaries. You're going to need a car of some kind, since I'm at the start of the game, this is the only car I had. And you're going to drive up right up over here, park your car, and use that and double jump to get up on these fences. Once you're up on the fences, it's pretty easy to stay up here. Just kind of run down until you get to that first kind of overpass. Yeah, right here. And I would recommend saving right here. And it takes a... I'm not exactly sure how to make this work yet. Just a lot of trial and error. And you want to hit that turn back now loading screen. And eventually, it's going to kind of push you to the side, to the left of the fence, and get you out of bounds. Alright, now that you're on the other side of the fence, you're not completely out of bounds, so you just want to keep running forward here. And I believe I show it on the map here in just a second, but you want to find, yeah, right here. You want to find where this tower is, and you want to use your speed dash to get into the tower. Again, for those of you who don't know how to do it, you just do the dash to slow down time, and then you dash again and jump to just you hold that momentum. For some reason, if you dash into that tower, it glitches out the turn back now waypoint, and now you're pretty much 100% out of the map, and you can go wherever you want. Alright, so here was the first place I decided to visit after driving around in the mountains for a while. There wasn't really much out there. This island, kind of to the northwest, more west part of the map, I've dubbed it Paintbrush Island, and I've just kind of sped up the footage here. It's just an island with a whole bunch of different textures on it. Nothing real amazing, but that's why I dubbed it Paintbrush Island. Alright, the next part is over by where if you start as a nomad. There's 3 buildings to the far left that were outside of a border. Nothing super fancy, it's just some placeholder buildings for scenery. They don't even have any floors. I also went to check to see, like, where Jackie is if you start as a nomad, all that. He's not there. Again, it looks like a lot of the triggers aren't there until you complete parts of the storyline, or if you've already completed them. Now for this is way off to the right of where you start as a nomad. And as you can see here, the skybox goes crazy. What I believe this is, and I'm pretty sure, is when you finish the game with Pan Am and you're escaping on the tank, whatever that tank's name is. And I think this is where you break through the wall, and I think that explains the lighting change, because if I remember right, this is what the ending kind of looks like. You're on like a mirror lake, just driving out to nothing. I spent way too much time here trying to get underneath it. Maybe someone else can figure out a way. Then if you head north from there, you'll come up to the wall, and there's lots of little spots here. I tried jumping over it. You're not able to just jump over it, but after a little bit of looking around, there's plenty of places on this side of the wall where you can get down in the rocks and just slip underneath it. And once you slip underneath it, if you're in the right spot, I believe this is where, again, the Pan Am ending, where you bring the tank through and start to go underneath the wall. I also spent too much time here trying to find a way to glitch in. I really wanted to get into those tunnels, but I could not find it. Now here I was looking for Dex. You know, after Takamura shoots him, I was thinking maybe Dex's body's already there. Maybe I can already get his gun. No such luck. I tried several different things. I tried like riding the roller coaster with Johnny to see if that would trigger something. You can't even interact with the roller coaster. I tried going where Sasquatch is and all that. They seem to have done a pretty good job of, if you haven't done the main storyline, there's no triggers for anything that you can get to. There are a few quest markers on the minimap. but I went to every single one and there's just nothing there. The only thing you can really interact with is shops. You can go to shops and buy stuff. There is, like, if there's loot in boxes, I'm pretty sure most of that you're able to loot. But as for trying to, like, glitch out the story quest or anything, I was unable to find anything of that sort. Alright, now this, it's kind of like on this little peninsula. There's just a little red dot saying there was a building there, and I finally got over here. And I didn't have a katana with me, sadly, to try to glide up there. I think it might actually be out of range, maybe unless you use like an auto clicker, because that katana glide, it's hard to maintain for very long. But I looked around here, I scanned it. There wasn't really anything there, so I decided, screw it. Let's go ahead and head towards the island with the spaceship. And so I just kind of hopped in the water here, followed these pillars. And yeah, I swam from that little peninsula to the south up to the DLC island. It's like a 20-minute swim. No joke. And I finally got here, and I was like, man, I really wish I had that katana. So you maybe see where that's going. I just decided to run around a little bit. There really isn't much here. A lot of it's just invisible walls underneath. Quickly took a look around, and I was like, you know what? Maybe we'll come back in a minute. There's this other little island off to the, I think it's to like the south, east, more east maybe, with just a couple buildings on it. I came over here. It's very low textured in a lot of spots once you get here. And if you go straight to the south of this island, there's a little itty bitty spot I found where you can just barely get purchase and then hop your way up. Once you get up here, there's these weird satellite things. They're all... You can walk right through them, and there are these holes underneath, which, if you fall in one, you have to reload. And I reloaded, and when I reloaded, the satellites were completely gone. I don't know what causes that. There wasn't much to them anyways. The last thing on this island was there's just these two buildings. I spent a while running around the buildings, looking inside and out them. Nothing here, just some background scenery that you're never supposed to interact with. Yeah, and as it says, an hour and plus later, it's probably closer to 2 hours, I finally came back out here with a katana. And for this glitch, if you don't know, you hold a katana, you hit Alt, and then use your scroll wheel just after you hit Alt to try to switch weapons, and it gives you an invisible katana. You can spam space and attack and kind of float your way up. And I really don't think it was worth it, and honestly, but... what are you going to do? I wanted to know what was up here. This is the only spot. This is the door that leads to the highway that connects to the city. This is the only place I could really find purchase to stand up on. But nonetheless, it's pretty cool. And then once you get into this garage, as you can see here, you just kind of sword glitch your way back up, and you're able to overlook the entire island, which almost all of it is invisible, and if you try to jump on any of it, you're just going to fall through to your death. Yeah, and here I was trying to find a way around or something. Nope, straight through. I decided I wanted to look around a little bit more, so I dropped down, and the cool thing is you can summon your car anywhere, and if you're out of bounds like this, your car always ends up a meter or two behind you. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're out in the mountains and you summon it, make sure and like smack it with a sword or something once, to make sure it's actually there. And here's the spaceship. Not really much to it. You know, but it was cool thing to look at. Now, the last thing here was I got back up on my perch at the top of the highway, and if you take your time and kind of jump up these, I guess, cables of the bridge and save scum quite a bit. You gotta save scum. And just continue jumping your way up. Eventually, you can get all the way up to the top, and it gives you a great vantage point to look over all of the island and all of Night City. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope I didn't forget anything. If I did, or if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. I had to sort through probably, I don't know, 10 hours of footage to get this video down to this point, and after looking at it for so long, I might have forgot something, but I don't think so. I know I got the basic glitch down pretty much, so just go out there and explore, and let me know if you find anything.